Wheel spin up steep climbs is a really common occurrence. If it spins too much, you'll stop and then you're off and walking. There are a few tips and techniques that are going to help you keep traction and power up even the steepest of climbs. The first thing to consider is your gearing on the approach and then on the climb. I'm going to change into an easy gear right at the bottom of the climb, carry some momentum and try and be smooth with the power. If you're putting too much power down when you change gear, you risk the chain slipping and that's going to throw your weight forwards.
Body position on steep climbs is really important for maintaining that traction and allowing you to get to the top. Body position too far forward on the saddle and you will lose traction on the rear wheel. Body position too far back on the saddle, the front wheel will lift up and you will lose balance.
For steep climbs, the basic position is to be sat neutrally in the bike. Sat in the saddle as normal, slightly bent in the arms and keeping your weight over the front. As the trail gets steeper, you might want to lower your weight over the front wheel and come slightly further forward into the saddle. This will stop the front wheel lifting up. As the trail becomes more mellow, you can sit in the neutral position, look ahead and start to accelerate up the trail.
Tyre pressure will have a big difference to how much grip you get. As a rule, the lower the pressure, the more traction you'll have. The tyre will deform more and you'll get more rubber on the ground, giving you great driving traction from the rear tyre. However, tyres normally have an optimum pressure depending on the rider weight that gives the best traction to rolling resistance ratio, an important factor in cross-country racing. Don't forget that lowering your tyre pressures can lead to pinch punctures and the tyres burping when you're riding more aggressively down the hill. So taking pressure out isn't always the best way for all-round riding. Sticking with tyres, the tread pattern will make a big difference to how much grip you have as well. A low profile, fast rolling tyre like this will be great on fire road climbs, but on the slippy loose stuff, that's going to make it really hard work. A slightly larger tyre with bigger knobs on is just going to dig into the ground more effectively. Also, a softer rubber compound will give you more grip, but will roll slightly slower.
Having a nice smooth pedal stroke with even power will make a big difference to how much traction you have on a steep climb. You really want to avoid power surges that will break traction of the rear wheel.
Keeping traction on climbs comes down to keeping that rear tyre weighted and being smooth on the pedals.
Talking of tyres, click up there for tread patterns explained.
And if you want a little bit more leg strength, like Neil does, you should click down here for how to train for power.
I think, anymore I'll be snapping chains all the time, so I think I'm all right. And if you haven't already, click there to subscribe to the channel.
Quite a lot of room in them shorts.